Welcome to PreMath. In this video, we have got this green shaded triangle EFC fully confined in a blue square ABCD, as you can see in this given diagram, such that the side length of this blue square is 8 units, and moreover this tiny segment AF is 2 units. And furthermore, this angle AEF is alpha, and likewise this angle ECF is alpha as well. And now our task is to calculate the area of this green shaded triangle EFC. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe, and please keep in mind that this figure may not be 100% true to the scale. Let's go ahead and get started, and here's our very first step. Since we are interested in calculating the area of this green shaded triangle, and now let's make an observation. We can see that this green shaded triangle area is going to be equal to the area of this blue square minus the area of the triangle EAF. We are talking about this triangle area minus the triangle FBC area. We are talking about this triangle FBC area, and finally minus the triangle CDE area. We are talking about this right triangle CDE area. So therefore now our task is to calculate the area of the square, and likewise we are going to calculate the area of the triangle EF, the triangle FBC area, and finally the triangle CDE area. And here's our next step. I'm going to label this segment AE length as X. Then this ED segment length is going to be this length 8 minus X. So we can write this one as 8 minus X. And furthermore, we know this tiny segment length is 2 units. And we know this whole AB length is 8 units. So therefore, this FB length has got to be 6 units. And now our task is to find the value of X. And now we are going to focus on this tiny right triangle EAF. And now let's recall the trigonometric ratio tangent of theta is always equal to opposite side divided by adjacent side. So therefore in this triangle EAF, for this angle alpha, our opposite side is 2, our adjacent is x. So therefore we can write tangent of angle alpha is going to be equal to 2 divided by x. I'm going to label this one as our equation number 1. And now we are going to focus on this other right triangle CDE. I'm going to label this whole angle as our angle beta. And once again we are going to apply this trigonometric ratio tangent of theta equals to opposite divided by the adjacent. And in our case, for angle beta, our opposite side is 8 minus x, and our adjacent is 8. So therefore we can write tangent of our angle beta is going to be equal to our opposite side is 8 minus x divided by 8. And I'm going to label this one as our equation number 2. And now let's make an observation. We can see this whole angle is going to be the sum of these two individual angles alpha and beta. So therefore this angle has got to be alpha plus beta angle. And now let's make an observation. We can see that this angle and this angle, they are congruent since they are our alternate angles. So therefore this angle has got to be our angle alpha plus beta. And finally now we are going to focus on this other right triangle FBC. And once again we are going to apply this trigonometric ratio tangent of theta equals to opposite divided by adjacent. So therefore for this angle alpha plus beta, it has opposite side 8 and adjacent is 6. So therefore we can write tangent of our angle alpha plus beta must be equal to 8 divided by 6. Or if we reduce the right hand side, I'm going to label this one as our equation number 3. So thus we are ended up with this system of 3 equations. And now let's recall this crucial trigonometric identity. Tangent of alpha plus beta is always equal to tangent of alpha plus tangent of beta divided by 1 minus tangent of alpha times tangent of beta. And now we are going to fill in the blanks. Our tangent of alpha plus beta value is 4 divided by 3. Our tangent of alpha value is 2 divided by x. So we are going to substitute those values over here. And finally, our tangent of beta is 8 minus x divided by 8. We are going to substitute those values over here as well. As you can see in this next step after the substitution. And now in this next step, I'm going to cross for this numerator. And likewise at the denominator, I'm going to multiply out these 2 factors. As you can see in this next step. And now we can see these denominators 8x and 8x, they are gone. And now we are going to cross multiply. So therefore we are going to get 40x minus 64 is going to be equals to 48 plus 24x minus 3x squared. And now we are going to move all these terms on the other side, as you can see in this next step. And now we are going to combine the like terms. So we are going to get 3x squared plus 16x minus 112 equal to 0. So thus we are ended up with this quadratic question, and we are going to solve it by grouping and factoring. And now let's focus on this middle term. We are going to tweak this 16x. This could be written as 28x minus 12x, as you can see in this next step. And here between first 2 terms we can see x is in common, and between last 2 terms we can see negative 4 is in common. So therefore we can write x times 3x plus 28 and minus we're going to factor out negative 4. So we got 3x plus 28 equal to 0. And here we got 3x plus 28 and 3x plus 28 in common. So therefore we can write x minus 4 times 3x plus 28 equal to 0. And now we are going to separate these 2 factors. So therefore for this first equation, our x value simply turns out to be positive 4 units. And for this second equation, our x value is going to be equal to negative 28 divided by 3 units. And now we know that x cannot be a negative number since we are dealing with the side length. So therefore this value is not going to be feasible. So therefore we are going to reject this negative value of x, and we are going to accept x equal to positive 4 value. So thus our this x value simply turns out to be 4 units, and likewise this other ED length is going to be 8 minus x is 4. That's going to give us 4 units as well. And here's our final step. Now we are going to calculate the area of this green shaded triangle. And now let's recall once again this equation. The green shaded triangle area is equal to the blue square area minus the triangle EAF area minus the triangle FPC area and minus finally the triangle CDE area. And now let's recall the area of a square formula. Area is always equal to S square, where S is the side length. And in our case, the side length of this square is 8 units. So therefore we can write the square area is going to be 8 square and then minus. And now let's recall the area of a triangle formula. Area is equal to a half times base times the height of the triangle. So therefore for this triangle EAF, we are talking about this triangle EF. Our base is 4 and our height is 2. So therefore we can write a half times 4 times 2 and then minus. And now let's focus on other triangle FBC. We are talking about this triangle FBC. Its base is 6 and the height is 8. So therefore we can write a half times base is 6 times height is 8 minus. And finally the triangle CDE area. We are talking about this CDE area. Our base is 8 and the height is 4. So therefore we can write a half times 8 times 4. And if we simplify 8 square, that is going to give us 64. And if we simplify this part, that is going to give us 4. And if we simplify this part, that is going to give us 24. And finally, if we simplify and multiply, that is going to give us 16. And if I subtract and simplify, that is simply is going to give us 20 square units, the area of this green shaded triangle EFC. So thus after all the calculations and manipulations, the area of this green shaded triangle turns out to be 20 square units. Thanks for watching and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos. Bye.